The Apex Match Point Final provides the most heart-stopping gameplay in all of esports.
Hasn't found how! Zero, you cannot miss those! The Lions get taken out, but so do Falcons! Are you kidding me? Effect! The bang ult just saved this game!
Just when we thought we had seen the peak of this format, with TSM's 3 back-to-back wins at the Year 3 Championship, or Reject's domination at the Year 4 Split 1 playoffs, the Esports World Cup arrived.
To truly become an esports world icon.
With a cutthroat elimination format, a super team expected to win before we even started, a record-breaking 13 games, and some of the biggest upsets you'll ever witness.
Twisted Mind has just responded 2 players!
With game 13 on their backs,
No way! No way! This has been the best Apex Legends we have ever seen. Twisted Minds with the EVA 8, with the fresh res.
Sweet falls down by himself now. Funk, with a sliver of high ground, will try and make this happen. But Twisted Minds!
We got to experience the greatest final in Apex Legends history.
Jetbury dead! We're going one more! We're going one more! Gonna get the shield swap, but here comes the challenge, and we will go again! We will go again!
But Aurora dropped down? Aurora dropped down? They give up the high ground? Are you kidding me? We are going to another game of Apex. I cannot believe this, ladies and gentlemen. LT get to walk in for free.
Spray coming in from Effect is devastating! The boys who always struggled in finals have this game in their hands, and it's now their chance! LG are down as the Lions will do it!
This story actually begins 3 months before the Esports World Cup even takes place, when Imperial Hal, arguably the face of competitive Apex Legends, left TSM after 5 years of competing under the banner. He moved to join Zero and Jen Burton, who were coming off a record-breaking performance at the Year 4 Split 1 playoffs in Los Angeles.
And he comes from the low ground, can Sweet do it? Havoc in hand, turboed up, he takes the 2v1, drops, but man was it good. Dark Zero taking 4 on high, Zero slides in, Zero with the Havoc takes the win, and DZ do go back. Dark Zero comes for all of them. It's Sykes and Zero up against the last member of Legends, and Dark Zero go back to back to back.
Thank you. Now the rest trying to follow up on that damage, but it's all down to Sykes. He's left on his own. It's a 1v1 to win it.
Is there anyone that can challenge this team in the form they find themselves in right now?
And together, these are 3 of the most accomplished players in all of Apex. So this instantly defined them as a super team, before anyone had even seen them compete together. And after being signed to Team Falcons, the trio backed that up in the NA Pro League, sitting far above the competition.
Created a lot of people who were against them. A lot of people would be happy if they didn't do this one. Imperial Hal finds one. Yup, eliminated. Could this be it? It's 2 squads left. It's just Jen Burton, Zero, and Imperial Hal against the world. The Falcons, they look like they've done it. And they have. The super team claims the win. They are on top of the ALGS, as they told you they would be. It is manifest destiny for Falcons.
So this takes us to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. 40 of the best teams from around the world gathered here for the $2 million Esports World Cup. Everything about this land felt grand, big. It was the Falcons' home turf, and with how good they had been, the expectations of who would take first place were clear.
It's Falcons.
Yeah, as you said, we cannot talk about EWC without talking about the hometown heroes. Everyone's calling them a super team, but this is where they actually have to prove it.
And despite taking 3 games to get warmed up in day 1 of the group stages, the domination of the super team was inevitable.
3v2, you still have to get that first damage. If this turns into a 2v2, all of a sudden it becomes a bit dicey.
Well, Falcons full sending it, but now you see from the skies, they notice it, and they jump, they try and get the behind action on them and said, let's get behind them, let's use this rope as well.
Jen Burton gets the kill onto Qzia though, designed for last alive, and Falcons will be a champions in game number 4.
Now are we seeing the first win of many here at Apex Legends at the Esports World?
What happens on the other side of it is Fennel, who essentially do the exact same thing to Imperial Hal and Zero. Jen Burton will go down,
We saw Fennel take advantage of it, and now Fennel are going to have a 3 versus 2 here, and they are getting aggressive.
They zip over, but this is How and Zero they've got to deal with, and they're not going to be able to. It's going to be a huge clutch coming in from Liquid eliminated. We are into our final 3 teams. It's GHS, Team Falcons, and FaZe. Falcons looking to go back-to-back here as well.
Go back-to-back and maybe take first place at the halfway point of these 10 matches. Falcons versus FaZe, it's North America versus EMEA.
And it's about who can get that first knock. At the moment, it looks like FaZe are kind of trapped behind a couple of these rocks. And now the swing is coming in. Falcons will get one, but Zero, he has gone down as well.
Tied 2-2, but oh my, shred from Imperial How, and now it should be theirs. It's just a matter of cleaning up.
Now it's just about cleaning up, like you say, and it will be back to back for Falcons.
Also, providing the extra vision.
Look at this, I mean, a few cells left in the backpack. NIP have been bled dry. Can Falcons finish exsanguinating them here?
Look at the way that they're jumping on top of these rocks. King of the Hill, Pride Rock. Welcome the Kings, Team Falcons. Take another game, 3 dubs in the books.
All this coverage of Falcons had other teams hungrier than ever before to win. You wouldn't just be the world champion, you'd be the Godslayer, the team that defied all expectations. But first, everyone was focused on qualifying. You see, EWC was different from any Apex tournament we had seen before. This tournament had 2 groups that would compete in 10 games on days 1 and 2 of the tournament. The top 9 of each group would be automatically qualified for the final on Championship Sunday. The last place team for both lobbies would be eliminated. The first time we've ever had a tournament where a team could be kicked out in their first set of games. And then places 10 to 19 in both lobbies would compete in a last chance qualifier on day 3, and only the top 2 would make it to finals. Players are typically comfortable in ALGS with its double elimination bracket that they have a second chance. But in this format, it felt like not making the top 9 in group stages was basically writing a plane ticket home. Now yes, Falcons crushed this lobby with a near 40-point lead, but Twisted Minds, comprising of Strafing Flame, Easy Flash, and Player K, were also having a standout performance, winning 2 games and placing top 2 twice, also breaking 100 points, showing signs that other teams could step up to the
Anyway,
plate.
final 3v3. Team Falcons, Twisted Mind, #1 versus #2 right now.
I've seen this before here. Team Falcons looking to finally engage, and Twisted Minds down a member already. Player K working off of the gold knock.
Let's not forget, it was Legends Gaming that ruined things at Overlook at Split 1 playoffs for Falcons in this exact spot. Can they do it again?
It's a trade-off from both sides with Zero going down. How clearing space with a knuckle cluster. Here he slides through. How can he do it? He is one. He gets 1 knock. Playing off the knockdown. He has to try to get the reset. Playing incredibly patiently. Look at this. Oh no. The reload. He fails to do it, but even better for your second place team, Twisted Minds, to get the dub.
If there's one team who's giving them a run for their money, it's Twisted Minds. Both of these teams, we will be...
Day 2 would give us our next 9 teams going to the finals, and this lobby was no joke.
Absolutely, and compared to Group A, I think Group A was a little bit of a point sponge. We knew it was very top-heavy. I think that Group B overall is a lot more stacked, going to be a lot tighter of a lobby. At the end of those 10 games, the cutoff is going to be margin thin.
And you'll see soon that Jayhawk was absolutely correct. Alliance, one of the best teams from EMEA and a favorite to win this lobby, got off to a hot start. They won Game 1 with 11 kills, had a 21-point game for Game 2, and then finished top 3 again in Game 3, jumping to a 27-point lead after just the first 3 games.
Here comes the zipline from Alliance, and you mentioned it, the Pathfinder gives them the ability to engage in this fight, to clean up these final pieces. Alliance will be a champions here in game number 1.
Just focusing on the other teams right now. Does this mean the duo of Alliance could actually walk away with this?
No
Surely
way.
not.
No way.
Kills on North Action, who are trapped down on that low ground. Unlucky's going to find 2 himself. He wants all 3, and Alliance will pick up all 3. North Action are gone.
Mizuchi picked up the Game 3 win and had a solid Game 4 to shoot them up in the rankings, which was awesome to see, because who is this guy that was hyping them up the entire tournament?
Mizuchi, they're a team that a lot of people, I think, right now aren't expecting much from them because they didn't have the best pro league. They, I think, can really shock the world. Waltzy is a great player, as I was mentioning. They have a player named Guild, who is one of 9 players to make top 5 at LAN 3 times.
But if anyone's going to take it, I think it will be Mizuchi. You got Waltzy, Timmy, Guild, all 3 of those players have finished top 5 at LAN. 2 times he was second place. That guy has tasted victory so many times, there's probably no one that that wants it more like him, which, by the way, getting on the main broadcast multiple times was really cool. And I owe that all to you guys, so thanks for that.
Now, by the final game, we were able to see how close this was coming to the wire. This lobby showed how important consistency was when playing a 10-game set, something that might foreshadow what happens in the finals. Despite teams like Northeption starting off in 3rd place or TSM picking up a win in Game 2, the large number of games allowed other teams to get back in the mix. There was a 3-way tie between 8th to 10th at 49 points, and no one between 5th to 9th place was safe for qualification.
Put them into top 9.
Hold on here.
Yeah.
Playing around the Watson Gen 2 as a duo, they are absolutely frying them here, but that's a charge rifle in the distance. Timmy with the grief, helping them out. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, just when they needed 1 point, Na'Vi don't get it. They go out in 11.
But they do lose out on Furls. That is insane. They get eliminated.
Oh, no.
TSM just get eliminated.
SSG dead. SSG will be sent to LCQ. They'll be playing tomorrow. That is insane. This is one of the best groups I've ever watched in Apex. What is going on?
Dragons already with 11 kills to their name. They want to finish off on a high. They want to win.
If they win this 3v3 versus MCC, I think Dragons might make it, bro.
From not qualifying to now putting themselves in 7th with 58 points.
Here we go. Guild now swinging outside. And DRG!
So Dragons are the ones to make the move, and Dragons are the ones to win match 10.
For South America, Dragons go from 16 to qualifying in the top.
That is so fucking respectable, brother. Shout out to the fucking South American teams, EXL and Dragons, for making it into finals, bro.
After 10 tiring games and a climactic end to this group, Alliance was the clear winner of this set, putting up the 2nd most points at EWC so far. They would be another contender to challenge the super team in Falcons. But Alliance has previously been mocked as a group stage team for their significant performance in groups and struggling to show up in the finals. But with this new format, could it be the chance to rewrite their story? Well, first, they got a 1-day break to regroup as we went into the last chance qualifier. Now, the LCQ, as I mentioned, was one of the most brutal lobbies we've seen in Apex. 20 teams were about to go through a soul-crushing set, but that's a story for a different day. The most important instances that affected what we are really here for, Championship Sunday, was first, Guild's breakout performance.
The advantage while they've got it, and they do! Guild with a great first game and an even better follow-up in game number 2.
Gaining an early lead and actually managing to hold on to it for the entire day. And then SSG's persistence to lock in 2nd place.
Knuckle clusters, grenades, all of that good stuff as SSG are hungry for more kills, and they will find them. What a game this is from Coinful, by the way. 6 kills, 7 assists. Gotta come and find me. SSG accept the invitation, and maybe, just maybe, SSG have arrived.
After 9 games, they were just 3 points behind TSM, who was sitting in 2nd. So they would need a little bit of luck and a great game to go to Sunday.
TSM watch on, they hope, they pray that both of these teams are eliminated. As SSG have held this position throughout the entire game here, and they have much damage. So much at the damage!
Northeption dead! How dead? I think SSG just did it.
But when the pressure was at its highest, Zainu gets that first knock. Zainu gets the second.
SSG gonna knock.
Zainu gets that first knock. Zainu gets the second. Coinful will do it for SSG.
And so finally, after 3 days of Apex, it's time for the highly anticipated Championship Sunday. Remember, Apex has match point. This is the system where a team must meet a point threshold and then win one more game to take first place. For the first time ever, EWC raised the match point threshold from 50 points to 60, so we may see the final go an extra 1 to 2 games than normal.
Team Falcons and Twisted Mind!
In our first couple of games, you could feel the excitement and the anxiousness of Championship Sunday in the air.
Are we going to see Team Falcons reign supreme and continue their dominance from the group stages, or will someone step up to the plate to take them down.
In games 1 and 2, we have two fan favorite teams win with Mizuchi and then Aurora.
Okay, what's in? Let's go, baby! Come on! From Elevate Bleed, the second place is what they want to play for as Aurora look to put their first win on the board. DMS, they're gone as well. 9 impops with the final shots, and Aurora will be your champions.
Finally, in game 3, Falcons begin to heat up, getting their first double-digit game and some insane solo moments by Imperial Hal.
And the fact that Hal just completely wipes out Luminosity Gaming, the crowd goes wild. 3 squads left, and Elevate Bleed are taking this fight versus Falcons.
Falcons, they've guaranteed a top 3 and have finally made it up to purple. They take out Elevate. The crowd goes wild, but GG will move in.
Can this be detrimental now as GG look to contest by the 0-0? He was in the middle of the animation of reloading. Are you kidding me? Gaming Gladiators stop their run and take game number 3.
After 3 games, the difference between first to 5th was 4 points. So this was already starting as one of the closest finals ever. But in game 4, we're back on Storm Point, and it's a downed beast zone. A zone close to Mill, the Falcons' drop spot. And this is a position they can get some easy placement points from.
We've been inted in here way too many times, so yep, make sure we don't fuck it up.
Aurora's probably going to fly with red armor or some dumb shit.
Many teams push to take the Falcons' position. First is ExoClan.
To go out and get some info about exactly where we're headed next. Falcons, in the meantime, of course, someone was always going to push in here. It's ExoClan, and Falcons successfully repel them.
Then, as Hal expected, next is Aurora.
But Aurora, remember the comms we listened to? Actually, Hal earlier on, and Zero calling out 9. It was Aurora who forces their way in. The crack. Falcons are looking crazy in defending this position. They lost out on Jed, but only 1 member left from Aurora.
Surely they find the other one soon. There we go. A couple of kills for Falcons. Hal actually not the one picking them up this time.
Meanwhile, Alliance had been racking up a ton of KP, putting up 10 kills even though they went down at 8.
In hand, the Motherload, unlucky on the other side, has to reposition. Only Hockeys could give him that suppressed fire. Mazer is locked in, but they lost out on one, and LG lose out on their lives. Effect with the clutch, keeping the dream alive for Alliance.
And then Liquid made an aggressive push for the high ground.
That you can have teams on top, you get a teams on below as well.
And Liquid have now forced their way up on this high ground here. They are playing King of the Hill. First, with MT being the last one alive, has to play around these knockdowns.
Now, too much for him to do, and Team Liquid take the fight. Oh, can they get Nizzle up?
Back with the Falcons, they hold off one last fight against GHS and walk into the final zone. This could be their first win if Liquid didn't have something to say about that.
Really important as GHS take the first loss of this Final 4.
Team Liquid representing Viva Mexico. The Falcons are in home territory. They're mowing down the lobby. Our last 2 squads, and it's only Zero. He can't clutch. It is Team Liquid. El Presidente to win the game.
Now, 17 points from Falcons was enough for them to jump into first with a 5-point lead. But a win with 20 or more points is fairly common in Apex, so the race to match point for our top 7 teams is still very tight. And we should expect to see our first team hit the 60-point threshold after this next game. But then Gaming Gladiators and E8 Bleed get into an early fight.
Of him, as he's had to relearn that input. And now Zach Mazer looking to destroy the Jet, and that is going to make Grenades a real opportunity for damage here.
This is a great CFQ as well to get that info as well. How much damage do you need? But Elevate have also taken a lot. Does not matter. Gaming Gladiators will be eliminated. Remember,
and Gladiators, the 5th place team going into this game, are eliminated with 0 points. Since a lot of teams thought this was going to be a Siphon zone and didn't expect it to pull towards launch site, with the end of round 4, chaos ensued as everyone tried to slam the edge and find their way into zone. E8 Bleed and Alliance take out Aurora at 12th, stopping them from gaining many points.
Liquid here is, of course, the gold red, so now they can get back up to their feet with a little bit of armor, a little bit of health to play with, as Aurora will be eliminated. Elevate now down on this low ground. That's one of our teams who are chasing match point. They're gone.
But despite how well they were fighting, E8's position on the low ground gets them eliminated next at 10th.
Of this one, they've done a lot of damage, has knocked the last remaining player.
Funk is a player in front of it, but look at this spray. It's not good enough from Elevate Bleed. They will be eliminated as well.
Falcons, the first place team, are next to fall, only gaining 3 points this game and now being 8 points away from match point. And Koifel takes out the last player of Liquid.
On his own against the world, but does take down the last remaining player as Team Liquid also fall.
It was looking good for Alliance, and they had a massive game to bump them up in the standings.
It's a big chance for Alliance. The reason I say that, the top 3 teams coming into this game have all fallen short of match point. They are out of this lobby, so Alliance have points available to pick up. It would have to be a big game. It's very, very possible.
And of course, SSG still trying to make their way in. And Hackis says no. See you later, SSG.
Oh!
4 squads now remain. And Hackis is popping up for Alliance.
But with FaZe winning, it wasn't enough.
It's all for FaZe Clan. They had the position, they have the damage, and they have the chance to get back in the conversation here.
And after 5 games, we have no teams on match point. But surely Game 6 would change that. Liquid looked like they would be first to cross the threshold, but none other than Falcons take them out and stop them just 3 points short.
Liquid just lost one. It was also Zero getting involved in Liquid. They are so close, but they are not going to make it onto match point as the crowd erupts, because that means Falcons are the next closest.
And with the KP they are racking up this game, by top 9, they are at 59 points.
Look at that damage.
This grenade.
Hal wants LG, Hal wants Funk, and it looks like he's sending Zero in to do the damage, and they'll get that kill. They're now 1 point away from match.
And not only do they hit match point, they absolutely roll the end of this log.
Gen down from Jemper, and Zero's gonna get the kill! Falcons will hit match point!
And now it's about denying match point for anyone else. Clean up this lobby. Get as much kills as you can. And take those points away from your opposition as Falcons continue. They take down Guild.
Falcons are rolling here in React. As Jemper will take down Arctic from FaZe. So it looks like Falcons determined to stop anyone else matching them. The final 5 minutes or so of this game has quite simply belonged to Falcons. Extralos Laser make their move onto Falcons, but through the fire and the flames, they will carry on, picking up these kills. Down to just 2. It's GG on the high ground. Spraying through the knockdown. That'll get rid of that. There's the knuckle cluster as well. They have to fall into the grasp of Falcons here. Imperial Howl will wait. And when the drop comes in, Falcons will stand tall! It's match point hit with nothing other than a victory.
Tension began to rise as Falcons was the only match point team.
It paid off.
Was that like a 16 kill win? That would have been the highest kill win of the day. I think it was. And that gap has just expanded. No other team at match point. So from here on out, bro, teams need to make sure that Falcons do not win.
In Game 7, the second zone looks like it's going to overload, and many teams with zone priority rotate early to secure spots. What very few expected, however, was the hard pull back to Fragment.
This one looks very readable. LGD. What the fuck is that? What are we doing? What is that?
Falcons are going to get Ring 3 info and UAV and just come waltzing into Fragment for free.
Falcons get literally UAV scan and console scan now, bro. Now that is crazy.
This is a situation where delaying a rotate and getting Zone 3 information is extremely advantageous. And since they drop at SkyWest, on the complete opposite side of Overlook, this is exactly what Falcons plan to do. A God spot position is free for the only match point team, and everyone started to think this tournament may be coming to an end.
All jokes aside, could potentially be done here.
But while we know Falcons are capable of going back-to-back, closing out a match point game is never easy.
How gets swung? How goes down? It's a 2v2. Oh my god, they're getting swung. Jetbury dead. We're going one more. We're going one more.
Team Falcons get eliminated. The crowd is deflated, but we get more Apex.
Team Liquid then finally get the points they needed to get match point. While Mizuchi have had a tough battle this game, losing players several times, but getting 9 kills and a second place to also join Falcons and Liquid, and Aurora wins their second game of the day.
Timmy, who is playing so defensively, but 9 Impulse doesn't want to overextend. They do not want to risk it here, and Aurora are your champions.
In one game, we go from one team to 4 on match point. On Storm Point, we get another barometer zone. This is huge for Liquid, who drop here, but they don't have a ring console, so they're at a disadvantage. Whereas everyone is still focused on Falcons.
And we see the same teams. That was where Falcons did so well.
They just won the last barometer zone, and historically in competitive Apex, they are one of the best teams at converting wins here. Key examples being their match point win at the most recent regional finals or the Year 3 Split 2 playoffs. As we move later into the game though, there is not much cover available. Mizuchi and Liquid go out before top 10. Aurora put themselves in one of the toughest positions to rotate into the final zone and cannot get it done. And we're back with the Falcons as the only match point team left.
Now, Dad, they're swinging right. They're going to swing onto Alliance. What a play from Falcons here.
That's Vicky. They want the trophy, the money, the glory.
The best spot, though, for the rotate. If Falcons blitzes, this is very possible for them. Alliance get the trade, though. They find hockeys, but if that's found how, Zero, you cannot miss those. The Alliance get taken out, but so do Falcons. Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God! Oh, Falcons dead! Zero! He went like 0 for 10. Are you kidding me?
Offense! Just save this game, and Gaming Gladiators are now at match points. The Bang ult just saved this game.
This missed Kraber shot by Zero has become one of the most controversial plays from this tournament. Regardless though, Alliance did enough that it was never going to be a clean win for Falcons, and they stopped them from ending the tournament. This was a massive turning point for the Esports World Cup.
Gaming Gladiators are in the best spot to take the win.
With Gladiators winning, they enter the conversation of match point. But we are getting into the later parts of the day. In the past 3 years, only one LAN has gone to 9 games, and the record is 11 games at the first match point final at the Poland Invitational in 2019. And the hope of winning for non-match point teams is dwindling, as our tournament should soon be coming to an end. At least that's what everyone thought. But game 9, teams are playing safe. Only one team goes down until zone 4, and then everyone begins to fall. Mizuchi dies at 15th.
And it's going to be Mizuchi on the receiving end of it, and Liquid should and will take down Mizuchi. That's one of our match point teams falling.
Aurora gone at 14th.
Kazak, the new pickup, barely any HP to work with. The Doc Drone goes out and he's going to pop a shield parry. But he is going to be the solo player here for Aurora, and it looks like we might have another match point team falling. Aurora will be eliminated.
Team Liquid down at 9th. In the top 5, we have Gladiators left to a solo, and somehow, every game, it seems Falcons put themselves into a winning position, as they're the only healthy match point team in the final circle.
His team alive. They're going to try and stick the res here. Surely the EMP goes down. Surely not. Can Falcons get back to their feet? Yes, they do.
But the 3 other teams kick back.
Oh my God, are we going another one? I think GMS knows this is Falcons, bro. They're heavily focusing Falcons right now.
Someone needs to shoot them, but no one is. Gen falls again.
Zero will fall as well, and it's up to the CEO. How? Barely any armor to work with. Gonna get the shield swap, but here comes the challenge, and we will go again! We will go again!
We go again! We go another game!
Here in Ria, as DMS cross the match point threshold, and DMS keep us going!
For game 10, we have 10 teams on match point, 50% of the lobby, a 3rd barometer zone. No one can believe it.
What the hell is this?
But it doesn't matter. LG, ExoClan, they show up when 8 other teams fail to and stop DMS.
2 teams who are not on match point!
There's no way that this is going to keep going here in Riyadh. We thought game 10 was going to get it done, but LG have got something to say about it. DMS are pinched between Luminosity Gaming and ExoClan. Taskmaster's got a Kraber. Taskmaster just killed Sweet and Funk. What is going on?
It's Taskmaster against the world. It's a 1 versus X here for Taskmaster.
No Kraber ammo to work with, Doran, even though he's just done something nuts. We keep it going here in Riyadh. I cannot believe what we are seeing.
Another game, another team on match point. The script has flipped. When it seemed this was a sure win for Falcons, when it seemed these bottom teams had no chance of taking first place, we had unbelievable moment after unbelievable moment. With over half the lobby at match point and several others just on the cusp, this lobby is wide open. It's anyone's trophy for the taking. Now the most heartbreaking part about game 11 is that LG entered this game with 59 points. By the time we were at top 9, 6 teams were on match point, but they started taking each other out.
Trying to wait as long as they can. Their abilities not able to be used from that good focus of attention coming out.
Twisted Mind.
No way.
Killed? No way. Aurora? Jesco, huge arc stars. Guild now sliding in here. MT finishes off player.
It comes down to Guild, Aurora, and E8 Bleed.
Luminasi is the only team that can keep this going. The only team that can force us to get a game 12 with the stick from Aurora, from Elevate and Aurora.
Will LG do it? Can Aurora take home the trophy here for LG?
Stuck one.
Juggling through arc stars like it's a circus out here. LG looking at them. Legacy still on the low ground, but Aurora dropped down. Aurora dropped down.
They're fighting for second. Peek up. I'm with you guys.
They give up the high ground? Are you kidding me?
Aurora!
Free
LG jumps down!
Jump. What to do?
Free for LG. We are going to another game of Apex.
Last one. Next one. Coming on.
I cannot believe this, ladies and gentlemen. LG get to walk in for free. And we get to see another game of Apex Legends.
Right here. We win this shit. Come on. We're fucking winning this shit, baby.
This is another moment that everyone has questioned. Why did Aurora drop down? And to be honest, I don't know why either. But it gave us game 12. It broke the LAN match point record. This tournament has already become the greatest final we've ever witnessed. And we get one more game. The zone pull for this game was another deceiving one. Until the fourth circle is revealed, it looks like it's going to be ending in checkpoint.
We just need a control checkpoint. There's no point in risking anything else. Yeah.
Instead, it goes to North Pad.
The circle pull. I know everybody saw that on their feed.
Any crazy pulls? Nope. It's going to be a Fnatic.
And the zone pulls back. Still good for Fnatic, still good for Falcons.
This is Alliance's drop spot. It looks like it's their time to shine. For the last few games, they've been quiet, but this is their opportunity to become a world champion.
We tune into Alliance, Blacklist get taken out, so does Space Station, and they really only have to worry about the likes of Twisted Mind from that direction without giving up too much space.
That's two of the teams not on match point.
But with so many teams alive, it's still an uphill battle. Falcons are close by too. And Fnatic make a claim for a great spot, and they're not on match point. Because of the 12 teams on match point, we have more people surviving to the end game than usual. And with so many stacked up in checkpoint, it will be a bloodbath as they funnel through this single choke.
And Guild eliminated MZC dead. EXL gonna be dead now too. What is going on, man? FaZe Clan gonna be dead now too. Bro, are we going game 13? Are we going game 13? EXO now flying in straight onto Alliance. Where does LG go here, man? What is the rotation that the boy Sweet Dreams is conjuring up right now?
To make sure that this entire side of the zone is clear. Well, now LG from the skies are about to land in the direction of Team Falcons.
There's one of those evacs we talked about.
And they're landing right in the ravine, right next to Bunker and right next to Gazebo. They're trying to play safe.
Fnatic and Twisted Minds. Many would argue that these are two of the best teams in the world, but things haven't gone right for them today, and so they're the only two not on match point. In this game, Easy Flash and Player Gay have already gone down multiple times, and with Strafing Flame as the solo, it's up to Fnatic if there's gonna even be one more game.
Twisted Minds still alive. I don't think they can get the third reset. Really, it's up to Fnatic if we want to go to a game 13.
Fnatic, the only non-match point team alive as a trio, unless, of course, Twisted Minds as a solo. Have a different script than the one I was provided here.
And as Fnatic go down, everyone has accepted that a winner will be crowned
Falcons,
here.
Their amazing zone call has got them this far, but it's only got them onto blue Evo Shield. Now, finally, forced out of their bunker, they have to try and fight Fnatic. Very helpfully, Effect will remove one of them as they go forward. Does Alliance know they've just helped out one of their fiercest rivals?
It has to surely end here. It has to. The only person alive is Twisted Minds as a solo.
Fnatic dying here as well. And that's going to be it, bro. The tournament's going to be over here. Tournament is over guaranteed, but who will take the win?
Oh, it's over here, chat. It's over.
Who will be the champion of EWC? There's no way Twisted Minds as a solo wins this. There's not a chance.
LG pull up. They put down the Seer ultimate immediately. The swing, I don't think Falcons were fully ready for it. Sweet, once again, will be the spoiler.
Keep it cool here. Keep it cool. Funk in a 1v1. This can matter everything here. Twisted Mind has just respawned 2 players.
Twisted Minds is respawning. Twisted Minds is respawning right now.
The only non-match point team has responded as Jen tries to clutch this.
This 1v1 goes on for so long.
Did he get it? Oh my Team Falcons get eliminated in the lobby. Alliance and Luminosity are the only two match point teams alive. And Luminosity has a duo.
I'm losing my mind, bro. Twisted Minds get a full reset, bro.
Now Twisted Minds push in with game 13 on their
Wait!
No way.
Wait!
No way. Twisted Minds.
Surely not.
Twisted Minds.
Go! It's Twisted Minds! 2v3!
Twisted Minds with the clutchest res in Apex Legends history.
A 2v3 with full red armors. I don't see how Twisted Minds can lose this.
This has been the best Apex Legends we have ever seen. Twisted Minds with the EVA 8, with the fresh red G on this fucking clutch.
Sweet falls down by himself. Now Funk with a sliver of high ground will try and make this happen. And Twisted Minds.
Let's go! Are you kidding? Game 13!
I'm speechless.
Apex Legends is the most underrated esport in the world. You are finding no storylines like this anywhere else. Unfucking believable.
This will possibly go down as Apex's greatest upset, and the feeling of watching it in real time was indescribable. At this moment, it's 1 a.m. in Riyadh. Our players have been competing for 7 hours, and I was speechless.
Still don't believe us that Apex Legends is one of the best esports in the world? Have you ever seen anything like this? It is unbelievable.
But I will tell you, Game 13 is where this finally ends, and history is made. It was all anyone talked about, the super team, the huge expectations to come here and win. But game after game, 19 other teams in the lobby answered back and proved they deserve respect. While I don't think anyone would deny Falcons are still the best team right now, they go down at 17.
Follow me, now, right now. Okay. Two guys.
It's gone. Face Clan eliminated. Space Station Gaming eliminated. It might be Falcons who follow next. Zero on his own. Zero no HP. Falcons will not win it here.
The second match point team to fall just after phase. One by one, our teams drop, and many of them are the teams not yet crossed that 60-point threshold. LG and Alliance had both been in the bottom 10 of the leaderboards just a few games ago, but in a pure battle of endurance, they fought their way to the top, and both are in advantageous positions. This is the best the EMEA region has performed at a LAN in 5 years. They had the most teams in the finals lobby with 7 out of 9 qualifying, and there was several breakout performances from teams like ExoClan, FaZe, DMS, and Game & Gladiators. But Alliance, they are not just one of the longest standing orgs in EMEA, but all of Apex. A team that has truly given their all to the game, especially their IGL Hawkus. He's been one of the leaders of the EMEA region for as long as the game has been around, and on the international stage, close to victory so many times, but just fell short. As I mentioned, often being labeled as the group stage team. After having victory in Game 12 slip away, Alliance wasn't going to let that happen again, and they took this game into their own hands.
Alliance are going wild in the kill feed at the moment, by the way. They are killing everything that's in front of them. DMS will survive and will be able to get the armor spots, but no, they won't, because it's Hawkus again. We're down to 7, DMS fall 2.
Alliance are reigning supreme from the southwest at the moment. Look at the amount of space they're commanding. 5 squads left. 4 of them are on match point, and Blacklist International are sending it over onto Game & Gladiators.
A reminder that if Blacklist win this game, we will go to a game 14. Alliance, though, this is their opportunity as they sweep in, they wrap in behind. The spray coming in from Effect is devastating as he takes down 2 members.
As Alliance look to close this thing out against them and get these 3 kills and ensure we have a winner here in match 13.
Can Alliance bring the championship home, the first one for EMEA?
You don't get a bigger chance than this. You've got a chance to do it for EMEA.
$600,000 to the winners, and they can almost taste it at this point, but Liquid still fighting as best as they can to get out of this building.
Going, but for Alliance, it's about cleaning up here.
OG here, man. The tournament's gonna be done. Uksako dead, and here we go. Alliance. Alliance.
Alliance, who are touted as group stage players. The boys that could never get it done. The boys who always struggled in finals have this game in their hands, and it's now their chance.
LG are down as Alliance will do it. Yes! Yeah!
EMEA's first winner, 13 games, and some of the most heart-stopping moments in all of esports. The Esports World Cup will be a tournament Apex players, casters, and fans will never forget. I never know what to expect when we have an Apex LAN, but for now, this will be the greatest final in Apex history. So again, remember to download War Thunder using the link in the description, available on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox for free, and you'll get yourself the USA bonus pack, plus a 7-day premium account. And once again, thank you War Thunder for sponsoring this video.